I'm live. Thank you. Oh, my webcam just fell. Thanks. I messed up too many times. Jesus. So if there's like a bunch of upcoming live stuff that you might see on the YouTube, it's because I messed up one too many times. I tried to unplug the webcam. It's because I messed up. Plug the webcam into the Xbox, trying to see if I can get there, and whatever. Nope, didn't work. So I just gave up on that. So yeah, whatever you do, if your webcam is plugged in, do not ever turn it off or unplug. Oh, wow, it's like blackening. That's better. That looks way better. Yeah. So live, um, so I wish I could record and webcam and tinker toddles and whatever thing, but I don't have a high advanced computer to do such thing. Jesus, I'll be right back, and I promise I'll be back. And if I'm somehow not back, aliens came. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Aliens didn't take me. So I don't know if gaming will be a possibility tonight. So best thing to do is literally just sit and talk to the people who'll be watching the video. Send anything you want in the chat. I don't care as long as you guys are being active. That was completely random. Also, if you notice, Tom DeLonge's back there now. Because he's back there now. What if I send myself a bunch of hearts in the chat? Well, can I do that? Oh my god, look, I can send myself a bunch of hearts. Because I love myself. And you should too. Love yourself. Excuse me, I'm going down here. I'm putting my phone on charge. Here's the live on my phone. My boy Colton, I'm sorry, bud, that I messed up the live last time. These lied to me. Man, instructions. Who would know they were such a betrayal? I'm gonna try to score it in there. Oh, I did it. Well, I could have faced a webcam over there and showed you, but nah. White monster. Yeah, okay. So, really, what is there to do today? Well, I could just show my new room arrangement. Yeah. The focusing in and out is actually hilarious where it just goes. If you notice my head looks very baldy, I got my hair cut. I don't like it. I mean, it's my lovely fluffy hair. Even on top of it looked horrible. No matter what I did with it was bad. But that's why I wear a hat, because I have horrible hair and there's nothing I can do with it. But yeah, so that's cool. Anyways, we might either watch videos, as long as it doesn't say copyrighted, or we might as well just do something. And I want to do something live tonight and fun. I don't have no fancy computer. I need a job. I need money, lots of it. I can get a better computer, so I can do my better gaming videos, so I can make money off of that, because that's my dream. I'm tired of people saying, "No, your dream's not gonna be successful." Yes, it will be. Watch. I gotta do something. I'm tired of just sitting around doing nothing. I want to do something. If I didn't have school in my way, I would have a job. I would like to do my job every day. I'd rather go to a place to work for money than go to a place to study and literally just live to do nothing there. I go to school, learn just to forget it, because I don't like school. I talk about this every time, I feel like. Every time I'm live, I'm talking about school and how much I hate it. This capture card could have worked. Oh, I mean, it works, but it'd be better if your webcam plugged into computer, copper. Yeah, the capture card plugs into Xbox. No, yes. Then webcam plugs in computer. Computer, you know, whatever. I got a fidget toy. Not really a fidget toy. It's like a cube out of cool bricks. Ain't that cool? But yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, why is it like that? I don't know. I put like a pattern on this thing. There it goes. I like a pattern on it where it looked like there was like, oh, it looked like a shape of a Y. Oh, something. It's like really satisfying magnet bricks. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, so I need money, lots of it. I want a better computer so I can get what I need, make better videos. And I just connected my Twitch and my Xbox together, so I might go live on Twitch. Yeah, but there's a link somewhere maybe later after the live. As of right now, there's no link. I could do that right now, but yeah. And for some reason, my Twitch name isn't a weird name because apparently I've had Twitch before, and I made the most embarrassing name known to mankind. So look for an embarrassing name, then yeah, you know that's me. Speaking of Twitch, I didn't want to. Never mind. We can talk about that later. I wanted to be able to game at the same time talking about it. It just ruins my mood. Have everything going according to plan, just for all the plans to go right downhill. It's hot in here, and I'm wearing a sweater. That's just, you know what? You're gonna watch me take off my shirt. You thought, yeah, I know you did. I'm gonna take my sweater off in front of the camera. That's a better play. My necklace. And voila. Now I'm cold. I'm kidding. I'm not actually cold. Will you stop? Oh man. It's when one thing goes wrong, more have to do the exact same thing right behind it. It's called bad luck, and I love it. I actually don't. I hate bad luck, and I'm cursed with it. Dude, does my hat look like that bad? Might wear my other hat, my beanie with a flashlight on it, like this. Yeah, it does that. But I'm not paying on a webcam. I have to spend like $200 for a webcam from TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop. Never waste your money on TikTok Shop unless it's actually a good product. Now I need to get me a fancy microphone with the cool arms and raisable microphone, so I can be like, "What's up, chat? How you doing?" And one thing I'll never get is a PC, like a gaming PC with the calculator and the giant mailbox. I don't need one. I don't need one of those. I stick to console. I'm never weird AWS typing. My hands don't look like weird spider claws. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like computer players. Not the person, the computer console. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm just upset. I thought my camera thing was gonna work, and nope, I was wrong. Webcam was happy. Why is my eyebrow raised? I don't know. I might go live on Twitch. Well, actually, sorry about the chair. I need to fix my dead chair over here. You can see my dead chair. He's right next to my trash can. Hey, you can see my trash can. Hold up, actually, real quick. Trash can. Oh, that's not good. You can't see that at all. I was gonna. Oh, dude, my glasses. I just realized they're broken. They're crooked. So if my glasses look crooked, they're broken. Right here, this arm's broken. And there goes everyone seeing me without my glasses. I know. First time for everything. My glasses are broken. I need to go get new ones. I think I've had these since 2024. These yeah, actually I have. Dude, that's so embarrassing to have broken glasses and whatever. Can myself be a little bit more quieter? Oh yeah, let's pull up Twitch so I can show y'all my Twitchy. Who's live right now? Anyone live? Nope, no one's live. So yeah, here's my Twitch. If anyone cares to look at the name. Oh wait, the camera's right up there. Hey, can you focus on that? Hey, can you focus on that? Jeez. Focus on that. Can you see that at all? Yo, it's like, oh, almost there. Almost. There it is. There's my Twitch name. Right there. Take a good long look at that. And yeah, so look at that. Look me up. You might not be able to because, I have 0 followers, but you can follow me on Twitch and then I'll go live there playing a game one day. I don't know when. I plan to. Speaking of people following, Queso posted 13 new videos, it looks like. Oh, he's live right now. Oh, it's Queso 24/7. People say I look like Queso. I do look like Queso, but I'm the evil Queso. I don't look like Queso. At least I don't think I do. Yeah, Queso got 13 videos. You know what? Honestly, yeah, I follow Queso and this girl. Oh wait, yeah, I don't know how to say it, her name, but you know her. Can that focus? Yeah, it's. I don't want to say it. I feel like I would mess it up. I'm just gonna say up. Dude, I hate having broken glasses. Yeah, she goes live every Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday around 7 p.m. CET. She's German. Yeah, that's right. She's also on TikTok. She's pretty. And I'm ugly. Ooh. Just kidding. I'm the most handsome man you'll ever see. That's my positivity. Right? Is that how you say that? I don't know. Man, where's everyone at? Where's Colton, bro? Colton, Brayden, come on. I just clicked the wrong button. So, yeah. Oh, you're gonna hear me tapping on my phone. Because, I do that. I tap on my phone. My sound's on. That's why. Anyways. So, let's do a room tour. How am I gonna do that? Without unplugging a bunch of cords? I don't know. Room tour for the 9 people or 1 person who's watching. Hello, 1 person who's watching. Or hello to the people who are watching the live that's not actually in the live. But yeah. Jesus, that was fast. Oh, my back! I almost thought that said Chloe. That says Colton. Oh, sorry, bro. Colton's about to go to bed. And okay, never mind. He's going night-night. Ugh. I keep trying to look at the camera on my thing here, but then I remembered I got that one. I just touched the lens. Ooh. Room tour? Let's do it. So this course is pretty long for my webcam, so you're gonna walk with me. It's gonna look really weird, so get used to it. My webcam's already really hot. This is a horrible view of my neck. That's sad. Welcome to my life. So first things, yeah, I'm gonna need my phone, so it looks way better. Yes, that's way better. That's way better. It's not at all. So if it's cricket, I'm sorry. It's gonna work. So yeah. So here's the room. All my hoodies fell over. They just all fell down. All right. So I moved my bed a little bit. I bed is a mess. Just little warning there. It's it's not the greatest. I have a small room. But yeah, so I got a trash can, 32 gallon. I got 3 paint cans. I got a Pepsi box. There's my dresser with my Blink 182 stuff on it. There's my record player, my vinyls there, my books. Then there's my Corvette. There's my Claptrap. There's my Hatsune Miku plush. There's my Blink 182 2025 Missionary Impossible Tour. There's my Tom DeLonge cardboard cutout. If the camera went anywhere lower than I was wanting it to go. There's my sweaters on the floor. There's my 2 fans. There's Tom DeLonge in the corner. Did I say that already? I'm pretty sure I did. There's my curtains. There's my bed. There's my Juice WRLD things, my Weekend with Romans. There's my acoustic guitar. There's my desk back there. It was facing up against my desk was up against the window, and now I moved it there. There's my keyboard, and there's my trash can. Pretty cool, ain't it? I really didn't need to hold my phone the entire time of doing that, but I did anyways because I did. But actually, if I can bring the webcam over here, can y'all see that really well? That's my desk. That's where I make up ideas for drawing pictures. But yeah, I have a lovely little room, and I love this little room. So yeah, I got vinyls back there. I got a record player. Need to get that going, but that's not on my to-do list yet. It's not a major to-do item right now. But anyways, I was wanting to play a game, but now I think about it, I don't even know what game I was gonna play. I was thinking Minecraft, but I was like, oh, I just played that earlier. Then I was thinking Resident Evil. I was like, I don't know yet. I was thinking Finding Community. I was like, oh, I played that earlier too. So what do I think about playing? Nothing. I am a boring person. What else is there to say? I don't know. Happy New Year. What could I do? What is there to do? I don't know. Try not to unplug a webcam and think it's gonna be all right, cause I learned from that mistake. Don't ever unplug your webcam when you're live. You cut the live. Oh man. I don't know. I'm bored. I really don't want to sit here and do nothing all the entire time because one, who's gonna watch a live where I'm just sitting here going like, oh, that's definitely not interesting. Wow, what a waste of time putting gaming in the title when we're sitting here talking. I mean, I did put chatting, but still, it's supposed to be games. Actually, you know what? While I'm actually thinking about it, oh my god, I got all these settings open. Oh man. Alright, let's see. What kind of games do I got on my computer? Oh wait, I got none. I don't like any pick crafter. Yeah, I think I got nothing. I mean, we could literally use YouTube to watch YouTube videos, maybe like cringy videos, or watch them scary. I don't know. Dude, actually, you want to talk about something fun? Martin Luther King stuff. Martin Luther King something on Monday, right? The holiday. How schools are canceled. Not really canceled. Like you don't have to go to school now. Oh, guess what? We have to. You know why? Because we had snow days. Snow came and it was like, hey, snow days. And next you know, January comes, holiday. Oh no, well, you're still going to school because suffer, we say. Oh great. School shouldn't be required, bro. I say that all the time. I'm looking through something. Let's see if we can find a good, funny video to watch. Dude, I think my hat's a little too high up. Let's see. 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 8 months ago, 12. So we got Nick Crowley, we got Chilling, we got Nuke's Top 5, we got Chills, we got Trash Trucks. Anyone like trash trucks? You know, garbage trucks, trash cans. No, just me. Yeah, I thought so. So what we got for Chilling Scares? Any new videos? Let's see. Chilling Scares, we have the horrifying real events behind these memes, or top 5 most disturbing internet rabbit holes. So about Nuke's Top 5. See if he's actually gotten something real this time. Say Nuke's Top 5. Nuke Toppy 5e. 4 weeks ago, we got 25 scary TikTok videos of 2025. We got 10 videos that don't watch alone. We got 20 scary videos of 2025. Yeah. Oh, it's her 5-hour stream. I'll show you some. Let me show you some. All right, hold on. Never mind. I know what I'm doing. I know when I've been insulted. Audio? Sure. Perfect. You know her? Yeah? Chrome is currently what? Chrome is what? My Chrome device said it was something. Hold up. Colin Adams. Oh, hey, she even posted to her story on Instastellagram. That is a really late notification from Instagram saying that she's live. That was 7 hours ago. Yeah, I was watching her live. What was it, like something earlier today? Yeah. No, but yeah, her 5-hour long live. That's when I was playing Minecraft by myself. I don't even know what else to say. Trash trucks are cool. I have to say something completely rander after a sentence. Trash and Trash Productions. You know, whenever I'm like sick, like puking up my organs, I watch trash cans get picked up. Like videos like these. When I'm sick, I always have the urge to watch something like this. I don't know why, I just do. I don't know why. I thought there was a spider on my wall. Just a mark. Should watch Daz. Anyone know Daz? You know Daz Games? Dude, he's funny. He's funny. Taxi VR. I do need to watch his most recent post. Like, he's got a lot of videos I've not watched. Like, I usually go for the scary ones and then like his reaction ones. But when I see clips of him playing actual like games, like I'm like, geez, I need to watch more. 9.38 million subscribers. That's a lot. I got 86. That's not a lot. Let's see. We got Jakerton. Dude, if you know Jakerton, bro, this man is funny. I love this man. He's not posted in forever though. Let's see. Yeah, 2 months ago was his last post. Jakeyton. I still don't see the egg when people say he's got an egg-shaped face. I don't see the egg. There's Queso. I've not watched a Queso video in forever. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's my cousin. This is his YouTube channel. If you want to go subscribe to him, I'm his only subscriber as of right now. But yeah, he's got, he's a big Juice WRLD fan, just like me. So if you want to go subscribe to my cousin, Here's this lovely thing here. And there's queso here. Queso and then more queso. I remember watching queso debunks. Like he would like watch this is fake. Here's how to tell. Yeah, queso. I hope I don't get into trouble showing all these YouTubers that I'm subscribed to. I shouldn't. I mean, I'm subscribed to them. What was that noise? What was this one? Should get like 3 channels. 1 year ago. Is this either these are like certain maybe fan accounts or they're actually her accounts? I have no idea. Where do my Chilling Scares go? There they are. Which one do we watch? Chilling Scares or I'm hearing noises. Let's see. Videos. True horror content. Let's do disturbing rabbit holes. Because got nothing better to do in life.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet
I hate advertisements.
Base 44, a complete AI creation.
Can you shut up? Advertising.
UFC walkout photo. On October 18th, 2025, a UFC Fight Night match between Brendan Allen and Ryanair de Ritter in Vancouver went viral across the internet, but not because of the fight itself. Instead, the moment that caught everyone's attention happened during Brendan's walkout. A small handful of people that as he was making his way to the octagon, a fan flashed his phone to the camera for a split second, showing what looked like a very disturbing image. What a lot of people thought was the picture of a lifeless body lying on the ground. What made this already creepy incident even more disturbing was when the camera moved a bit further and showed the person who was holding the phone. He was wearing a luchador-inspired wrestling mask, likely to hide his identity, all while looking directly at the camera with an unsettling, almost psychotic smile on his face. Which begs the question, what was this picture, and why did he show it on live TV to an audience of millions? Reverse image searching the picture on the phone doesn't bring up any similar results, and no one has been able to link it to the phone likely took the picture themselves. And judging from what it looks like, the most disturbing explanation that comes to mind is that the man in the luchador mask had killed the person in the photo. The person appeared to have heavy bruises, including black eyes and possibly a bloody mouth. Even if they were alive, they appeared to be in serious danger, possibly after being kidnapped by the perpetrator. And while this might sound absurd at first, it's definitely a real possibility to consider. There have been countless killers throughout history who craved attention and deliberately left behind clues to become famous.
What?
Maybe this particular killer thought showing off their crime on TV was the best way to receive that attention. And with the virality and discussion online, he certainly achieved that goal. On a similar note, this could also be a ransom kidnapping situation, where the stunt was meant to publicly prove the victim was still alive to their family, especially since sending the photo directly would risk law enforcement that have liked investigation. Some have suggested that this was nothing more than a prank. As a user on Reddit speculated, "To me, it looks like some college-aged guy laying on a bathroom floor with makeup on. Could be a dude who got so drunk his mates decided to mess with him by drawing on his face or putting makeup on him, then took a picture. One of them flashing it at the UFC when he knew the cameras would be broadcasting." It's also possible that it could be a deliberate attempt to create a creepy hoax, especially since it happened fairly close to Halloween. Cropping out just the phone and brightening up the image also makes it look a bit more like a regular photo. Some argue that now it looks like a man simply chair with a pool in the background. But why would someone be motivated to show something like this if it really was an innocent picture? At the end of the day, all of these theories are just guesses, and any number of things could really be going on here, innocent or disturbing. Because the masked man's identity was never revealed, we will likely never know for sure. In Brazil. In January 2018, a 37-year-old Brazilian woman named Rosângela Almeida was going about her day when she suddenly collapsed out of nowhere. She was rushed. Doctors found that she had experienced 2 cardiac arrests. She was in critical condition and eventually passed away on January 28 after barely clinging to life for a few days in the ICU. Her family held a memorial service for her that evening, and she was buried in the Sonora Santana Cemetery near her hometown. Her remains were placed in a wooden casket which was encased in a solid concrete tomb. Losing her at such a young age was devastating for her family, and especially her mother. What none of them knew, however, was that their grief was about to take a dark, tragic turn. You see, a day after her burial, reportedly, people living next to the cemetery started hearing noises from graves. These included the sound of someone surface, as well as a faint scream in some instances. However, the neighbors initially brushed off the noises as a prank by children, something that apparently happened often enough for them to ignore the noises entirely. But several days passed and the sounds did not stop. It wasn't until 11 days later that someone realized that the sounds were coming directly from Rosangela's grave. The neighbors immediately alerted her family upon making this discovery, fearing that she might have been falsely declared deceased and was still alive when buried. What made the situation even more concerning was the fact that Rosangela had been suffering from fainting spells ever since she was little. The time she spent unconscious had also been increasing over the years. Maybe she was just passed out when the hospital staff incorrectly declared her dead. Family, friends, and neighbors rushed to the cemetery and opened her coffin, hoping to save her, with some people recording the whole event. Sadly, Rosangela was showing no signs of life. However, the people who touched her body exclaimed that she was still a bit warm to the touch, implying that she was at least alive up until very recently. Later reports also claimed that the nails in the coffin were looser than they were when she was buried, and that there were injuries on her wrists and blood marks on the inside of the coffin that weren't present before. Even the pieces of cotton placed in her nose and ears were knocked out. Most importantly, witnesses reported that she didn't seem nearly decomposed enough for someone who had died 11 days earlier. After the casket was exhumed, Rosangela was taken back to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead for a second time and buried once again. The question everyone had on their mind, however, was whether she was buried alive the first time. Her family, and particularly her mother, believed that was the case. Testimony from other people also seemed to back this conclusion, with one neighbor stating, "There were more than 500 people who would, and everybody saw that she was still warm. She wasn't cold." Now, getting buried alive by accident, with many eventually passing away in the coffins before they could be rescued. And while the vast majority of these stories are from before we had modern medical tech, errors still do happen to this day. Just a few years ago, a Chinese woman was declared dead and sent to the funeral home before being discovered to be still alive. So, while she experienced reports and supposed evidence, both the doctors and investigators stayed adamant that she had passed away before her burial when she arrived at the hospital. From there, she was put under an intense level of observe all her vitals closely. So, there was no way he could have falsely assumed her to be dead under those conditions. As for the slower decomposition, that was explained by the result of her being on strong antibiotics while she was in the hospital. But these explanations failed to convince Rosangela's mother, who was devastated by the thought of her daughter enduring days of suffering buried in her casket. The case also became major news across Brazil, with many even accusing the police of not doing a proper investigation to protect the hospital and the doctors. So, what really happened? Was Rosangela actually buried alive? From everything I was able to find, it's not likely. For instance, many people reported her body being warm to the touch after opening the casket, suggesting she was alive up until recently. However, even if we assume that she was buried alive, there's no way she would have had enough air in the tomb to stay alive for 11 days straight. Giving it the benefit of the doubt, let's assume there was a hole somewhere in the tomb big enough to let fresh air in. Even then, it's near impossible for her to stay alive without water for long, all while screaming and banging on the coffin. Speaking of which, the investigators also claimed that they didn't find anyone who personally heard the noises, implying that it was nothing more than a rumor. That said, the details of wrist injuries and blood marks are still a bit murky to reach a solid conclusion. Whether or not Rosangela was actually buried alive is still and will likely remain unknown.
Jeez, that's crazy. Don't make an ad. Scary.
The Wikipedia edit. WWE wrestler Chris Benoit was scheduled for a live house show on Saturday, June 23, 2007 in Texas. But hours before the event, the 40-year-old wrestler called management and claimed that he wouldn't be able to make it because both his wife and son were ill with food poisoning. But he didn't show up the next day and wasn't picking up his phone either. After over 24 hours of trying to contact him, the WWE...
I believe I've heard this story before. I'm pretty sure. Food poisoning and in the family... I feel like I've heard this one before, because I don't remember.
WWE management dialed 911 and requested a wellness check for Chris on Monday, June 25, assuming that maybe he was sick as well and needed help. However, nothing could have prepared the officers that were dispatched to his home for the tragedy they were about to witness. They arrived at his house in Georgia at around 2. They looked for a way inside and discovered the garage door was wide open. The whole house was eerily silent, the reason for which became apparent when they discovered the remains of Chris and his son scattered throughout the house. And to add
At all. Okay, whoops.
responsible for this tragedy was Chris' son before turning on himself. The question now was why? Why would Chris do such a thing? But before the investigators could answer that question, they received a tip that challenged everything they thought they knew about this case. They were contacted by a Wikipedia representative who claimed that someone had made a suspicious edit to the Chris Benoit Wikipedia page at 12:01 a.m. over 14 hours before police did the welfare check. The edit read, Chris Benoit was replaced by Johnny Nitro for the ECW champion at Vengeance, as Benoit was not there due to personal issues stemming from the death of his wife, Nancy. The thing about Wikipedia is that it's a social collaboration platform where anyone can add new info or make edits. One possible explanation was that Chris, for some reason, made this edit himself. However, the autopsy report revealed that Chris had actually ended everything by Sunday evening, many hours before the edit. So, how did someone learn about what had happened before the news broke out? The possibilities were endless. Maybe he had sent 5 cryptic messages to 2 of his colleagues, Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Scott Armstrong, including one message that he sent 4 times, reading, My physical address is 130 Green Meadow Lane, Fayetteville, Georgia. And the second one that read, The dogs are in the enclosed pool area. Garage side door is open. These were sent just before 4 a.m. on Sunday, after he had already taken the lives of his wife and son. However, despite their unsettling nature, investigators didn't find any connection between what Chris did and the colleagues he sent these messages to. As for why he did it, the autopsy report also revealed that Chris had CTE, which is a progressive brain disease linked to repeated head impacts. His brain resembled the 85-year-old with dementia. Put simply, he likely experienced an extreme mental resulted in an irreversible tragedy. However, while this reveal explained most of what happened, the Wikipedia edit was still a mystery. This mystery deepened further when investigators managed to trace the IP address that was used to make the edit and discovered that it was from Stamford, Connecticut, the location of the WWE headquarters. This, combined with the text messages, reignited rumors that WWE management might have been involved in what happened. But before the case could move in that direction, investigators found the man who made the edit, a 19-year-old university student named Matthew Greenberg. Matthew, however, was surprisingly cooperative. He allowed the police to confiscate his computer and other devices to investigate and agreed to an interrogation without any resistance. And when asked about his edit, he claimed that he made it after seeing rumors of it on wrestling forums.
Well, over last weekend, the wrestler Benoit, there was rumors going on because he missed the pay-per-view and his scheduled dates, which he never does. And I was reading rumors and speculation online.
Where online?
On forums. I forgot the exact sites. But I was
Okay, hold on. On forums?
Yeah.
Okay. In any chat rooms?
No, not chat rooms. I was just
reading.
reading about it, and some rumors came up, and I just.
Yeah, what were the rumors?
That is that his family was sick or someone maybe died, like his wife perhaps, because he missed
I'm just
the
living in
pay-per-view.
rabbit holes.
Okay.
He was apparently telling the truth, as investigators didn't find a link between him and Chris. Wikipedia admins also found several other false edits he had made over the years, suggesting he was just an internet troll who guessed the truth by pure coincidence. Or at least that's the official story. Some believe that Matthew either had something to do with the incident or at least had insider information, especially since he wasn't the only one who made a similar edit. Something I has missed his The IP for this edit was traced to Sydney, Australia, but the person who made it was never identified. For some, this is the confirmation that what everyone knows about Chris isn't the whole story, and there was something else going on below the surface. On the other hand, the existence of this second edit could be used to prove Matthew's innocence, as they suggest the rumors were genuinely circulating on wrestling forums, since 2 seemingly unrelated people attempted the same change. That said, it's been more than 18 years since this incident. So even if there was something deeper behind it, at this point it's unlikely to be revealed.
There's an
Too
avatar.
quiet. Turn your sound from 100% to 600% with Sound Pusher. Just hit Add to Chrome. It installs in seconds. Click the icon. Boot.
No, bad idea.
Sunset Cruise. The final days of May 2020-year-old Cameron Robbins, a recent high school graduate from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, He was on a celebratory cruise in the Bahamas with several hundred fellow graduates. The festivities, however, took a devastating turn on the evening of May 24th, leading to a mystery that the internet is still debating to this day. At around 9:30 p.m., Cameron was aboard the small cruise ship named the Blackbeard's Revenge near the uninhabited Athol Island, northwest of Nassau. The ship was stocked with alcohol, and since the legal drinking age in the Bahamas is 18, Cameron and his friends were drinking non-stop. But as they were enjoying their time on the cruise, someone reportedly dared Cameron to take a leap off the ship into the dark water. Cameron, likely due to heavy intoxication, agreed to the dare instantly and jumped overboard, resulting in one of his friends recording this video using Snapchat.
Yo! This kid jumped off! Oh my God! Oh, bye-bye! Oh.
The last time anyone saw Cameron alive. The crew stopped as quickly as it could, and the crew alerted the Coast Guard about Cameron's disappearance. However, despite an extensive 2-day-long search of a 325 square mile area, Cameron was nowhere to be found. He more than likely passed away not long after jumping overboard. But even his remains were never discovered, which, considering the extensive search, was very odd. And the reason for it, according to some, is that he was attacked by a shark shortly after his jump. This theory began when someone noticed what looked like a large fish swimming toward Cameron seconds after he landed in the water. Moments later, Cameron could also be seen swimming in the opposite direction while ignoring the life preserver right in front of him, almost as if he saw the shark and was trying to get away from it. That said, the evidence supporting this theory is a bit inconsistent. On the one hand, the shark population in the Bahamas is quite healthy. These cruise ships often throw food waste overboard as well, likely causing the local marine life to associate them with food. So it's possible that a shark was following the ship and immediately swam over to Cameron to investigate as soon as it heard him hit the water. Additionally, many sharks also hunt at night, making shark attacks on humans much more likely. However, while this shows that a shark attack was a possibility, it doesn't outright prove it, especially when the evidence indicating the opposite is just as strong. For starters, the phone video that started this theory is extremely low resolution and blurry. What people interpret as a shark could very well be just a wave reflecting the ship's light. Cameron swimming away from the life preserver can also be explained by him being intoxicated and getting disoriented after hitting the water. Most importantly, while the Bahamas has plenty of sharks, their numbers around Athol Island specifically are extremely low, making the chances of Cameron being attacked by one even lower. A more straightforward explanation for Cameron's disappearance is the combined effect of exhaustion and environmental factors. Even in the warm climate of the Bahamas, prolonged exposure to water at night can quickly lead to hypothermia. The average sea temperature around the Bahamas in late May is certainly survivable for a short time, but the physical stress of jumping from a significant height, coupled with the immediate panic and exertion of dark, open sea, would rapidly diminish a person's physical and mental capacity. Cameron was also seen swimming initially, but his direction appeared erratic. Even a strong swimmer can quickly become disoriented and exhausted when facing strong currents, and the immediate onset of psychological terror of being alone in the vast ocean darkness. Not to mention the fact that Cameron was highly intoxicated, turning the already difficult task of surviving in those waters into a near impossibility. And while the definitive cause of Cameron's death, whether by exhaustion, hypothermia, a shark encounter, or a drowning accident, remains unknown, what is clear is the tragedy of a young life cut short so abruptly, with the incident serving as a stark reminder of the inherent danger of the open sea, particularly at night.
Yeah, I don't like oceans. Another
Since
advertisement?
you're already playing games that are run in the background as you play, and just like that, you'll start earning buff points.
Can you shut up, you stupid advertisements?
The Mad Gasser of Mattoon. On the night of September 1st, 1944, a woman in the small town of Mattoon, Illinois, named Aline Carney woke up smelling a sickening sweet odor in her bedroom at around 11 p.m. She dismissed the odor at first, thinking it was just the scent of flowers drifting in from outside her open window, but the sweetness soon became suffocatingly intense. She tried to get out of bed to investigate, but collapsed to the floor as soon as she stood up. That's when she realized she had no feeling in her arms or legs. The odor was also starting to cause a burning sensation on her lips and throat, making it difficult to even breathe. Seconds later, she also heard her daughter crying on the bed, asking why she couldn't. Aline used all the strength she had to call for help, eventually getting the attention of her sister, who was sleeping in a different room. Her sister noticed the smell as well and determined that it was coming from the open bedroom window. She ran out to call the neighbors for help. Around the same time, Aline's husband, who was a taxi driver, pulled into the driveway. But before he could get out of his car, he was horrified to see a thin, tall figure standing outside the bedroom window. It was dressed in all black with what looked like a gas mask on its face and was holding a strange tubular device in its hand. The husband tried to chase after it, but the figure disappeared into a nearby alleyway. Given what they knew, the family concluded that the sweet-smelling gas had been released into the bedroom by the mysterious daughter were able to recover with ease. However, the attack on their home became the template for numerous similar incidents over the next 2 weeks. Victims, mostly women and often home alone or with family, would report being hit with an odorless gas or sometimes a sickly sweet smell. This was followed by a sensation in the throat or eyes. In some cases, the symptoms lasted for hours, requiring medical attention. Yet, despite the severity of these chemical attacks, any attempts to investigate the gasser came up empty. There was no visible damage to homes, no broken windows, and no fingerprints. The mysterious assailant seemed to vanish into thin air. Witnesses had seen shadows or figures lurking outside their windows, specifically near the ventilation openings of their homes. But the police never found any evidence of it. The sheer volume of attacks, with at least 29 officially reported incidents in a very short span, combined with the enforcement to find any evidence, created an atmosphere of absolute terror. It reached a point where some citizens took it upon themselves to patrol the streets with firearms. People were sleeping in shifts, guarding their homes and neighbors. However, no matter how much people tried, a perpetrator was never identified or captured, leaving the Mad Gasser of Mattoon as an eerie, unsolved mystery. But it's worth asking whether these attacks by a chemical assailant were even real, or was the entire phenomenon an unprecedented wave of mass hysteria? The argument for it being a real assailant rests almost entirely on the initial medical findings and specifically of the reported symptoms. In the first few cases, doctors and police were genuinely convinced that a real chemical agent. The victim's symptoms like paralysis, nausea, and the burning sensation were too consistent and too severe to be immediately dismissed as simple panic. On the other hand, the argument for this being a case of mass hysteria is incredibly compelling, and psychologists who have reviewed the case since. As the theory goes, while it's possible that the few initial incidents might have involved a real criminal, the vast majority of the 29 reported attacks were likely the result of psychological contagion. The terror of a mysterious, invisible attacker, amplified by continuous sensational newspaper coverage, made people hypersensitive to any strange smell or discomfort. Many of the reported symptoms, for example, like headaches, nausea, anxiety, and difficulty breathing, are also symptoms of acute anxiety or hyperventilation, a common reaction to extreme fear. Police searches also attributed the chemical odors found to common household cleaners, furnace gas leaks, or industrial pollution that was a regular part of life near Mattoon's industrial plants. A major breakthrough for the hysteria theory came when the Mattoon police publicly stated that the attacks weren't real and were likely caused by the community's war anxiety around World War II at the time and a collective nervous breakdown. And to everyone's surprise, the Mad Gasser of Mattoon attacks stopped almost immediately after the police released this statement. Ultimately, the case is left suspended between a real chemical criminal and a genuine mass panic. There is a possibility that the story began with one or two initial genuine attacks using a non-lethal irritant, which then acted as the trigger for a widespread case of what is medically known as mass. But at this point,
I don't know any creepy. Yeah. All right. Well, stop playing the video. Oh, come on.
Wawa's $5.
We don't need a Wawa. I hate Wawa. I'm getting tired of that stupid ad of that stupid wham wham place. I don't know what's worse. Oh, dude. Anyways, that's probably it for tonight. Man, my hair's messed up. But yeah, so this was a good live. I guess, we literally kind of sat down and talked into nothing 90% of the time, but who cares? I'm just here to entertain y'all. I'm just trying to make something out of my life. And money, because I need money. A lot of it. Don't we all? But yeah, so this is it. This is the end. Nothing really else is supposed to go on tonight. And I might go live on Twitch tomorrow. I should say today, because it's like 4 o'clock right now. But yeah, so I might go live on Twitch. Who knows? So if you see me, I did put my Twitch. I will put my Twitch up here as a link, and then you can find me there. So yeah, so that's everything. And have a good night, good day, and I'll see y'all later.